In this video, I want to talk about people pleasers, and from the title of this video, it's about how not to be a people pleaser in a bad way. So when it comes to the bad way, it's about sacrificing your own happiness and everything, but it can also be in a good way. Like you want to please people you are in love with, like you love them, like not in terms of romantic relationship, but in terms of other relationships as well, like family and friends. For me, I think people pleaser should be a byproduct of your personality. When you are doing something because you want to do it, because you respect another person, you love another person, all this people pleasing things is a part of validation, and we look for validation from other people. So we'll look for validation from our work colleagues, we look for validation from our friends, family, and even our partner. And I think this is where the problem lies. How it starts from within. When we don't love ourselves enough, when we don't have things to validate ourselves, then we start looking for validation from other people. Honestly, this is not your fault. This is the fault of our evolution. So when humans started to evolve, if you believe in that, but let's look at the recent example. We have always lived in tribes, we have always lived as a community, and we want to be validated in that community, because if you're not validated in that community, they can burn you alive. That was a very extreme example, but they can ask you to leave the tribe, and this is what makes us a social animal. Now you want to do things which will look good in the society, where everyone kind of like praises you, where everyone gives you a certain validation, and it is good because it helps us to be a better person. But today's world is different. It is very different from what it was in the past, and it has changed very rapidly. Now if you look at how we can change it, these things come from within. So it all starts with self-love. If you have validated yourself, then you don't need to please anyone. Like all this productive video, self-help video, when you look at the video and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this 4 advice or 5 advice, but if you understand, things don't work this way. When you watch like a lot of content, like even this video, you'll just forget things. So it comes from within, it comes from a lot of practice, it comes from a lot of time. It's a gradual process. When I'm talking about this, I'm not there, but I am slowly realizing and understanding what all of this means. So I'm just putting it out there and just sharing whatever I'm learning, so other people who are in my position can learn something as well, and just be better every single day. Now if you look at our day-to-day life, you should be able to understand and make decisions what is best for you. So if you want to be somewhere in life, either it can be regarding your personal health, mental health, your work, your career goals, education, relationship goals, can be anything. Like you do know like what you want, right? You know what you want, right? If you don't know what you want, then that's fine. Like it is fine. If you don't know what you want, then it's fine, because the truth is you will never gonna know what is going to happen. Like you can want something, but it does not mean that you will get it. All you can do is just focus on the moment. Like you can focus on today, you can focus on short-term goals and have a vague-ish long-term goal that, okay, if I do this is where I want to head. But like all I can just do is work, and rest is like up to other situations which are not in my control. And this is where you start the self-love. So when you understand that all you can do is just do work and there's nothing else you can do, then you start loving yourself, because it's not, when you understand it's not your fault, it's like it's your circumstances. So if I'm not happy with my body, for example, it's because I didn't went to gym, I didn't eat properly, and I'm happy about it. Like because it's on me, I understand it's not anyone's fault, and I do understand that it's up to me, and I do understand that it will take time, but it will happen if I am doing good today. And because of that goodness, like if I'm doing good something today which is best for me, I'm becoming happy and I'm loving myself. This is what self-love and self-worth and all of these things comes in. So if you are happy with what you are doing for what you want to do in life, you will be happy and you won't be a people pleaser, because you are just doing it because you want to be a better person. So these are the mindset which takes time to get into. Now if you're talking about things like if you're looking for validation in terms of when you are in a social group and when you're talking and when you are saying things because other people might validate it, so you can say things, but if other person doesn't validate it, it's not your fault. So again, we go back where I told you, like all you can do is just work. If it doesn't happen, like it doesn't happen, like it's not your fault. And I think this is another problem which people face, is that when they don't get validated, they feel bad because they are in the habit of getting validation from outside. So when you slowly start to validate yourself, when you slowly start to understand how things work, how reality and our world works, right? It's up to you. Whatever you think, whatever you do will make up your reality. That's the ultimate truth. Like you can be like, okay, this is all like fantasy and everything, but this is the actual truth. Some sort of reality is bound by other circumstances, but there's some things which is in my hand. Like if I want to break this window and throw my TV out of it, like that will happen because I have thought about it, and then I can do it. Like I can physically do it. Like, so this is a very extreme example. If you have not heard about the channel Yes Theory, their story is very similar. Like they say yes to most of the things. Like in the first month of the channel, they met Will Smith, they met the Prime Minister of Canada. And then you can, oh, no one want to meet Will Smith and no one wants to meet Prime Minister of Canada. It doesn't matter. Like, they did it because they wanted to do it. That was the opportunity they had at that point. There might be some idol you want to meet, so you can go and meet them. So the things can happen in that way too. So it's all about getting out of that mentality. Things takes time. It takes time. It's not a very quick process. People are looking for shortcuts. There's no shortcut. Slowly, when you're self-aware, when you are doing things, and when you stop and take a moment to think, okay, why I did that thing? Was it my ego? Was it my anger? Was it this? Was it that? Now, best thing to do is learn more, apply it, and develop self-awareness. So when you are self-aware and when you understand the reason why you're doing certain things, then you do it in the right way, and you do it in a way which is morally good for you. And I think you should be able to make that judgment about yourself, that what is good for you, what is not good for you. This might have been a very clickbaity video, but people pleaser are nothing. It's just like you being yourself without the validation of others. You're doing that just to validate yourself because you can do it, and it's up to you, and it's whatever. It's your life. You want to do it. That's why you did it. This is all for the video. I have 2 other videos which I think you might be interested in. So one is a bit 20-minute video about happiness. You might be able to relate to it. It's all about happiness in the end, which will be here. And there's another video which I've talked about recently, is how to learn more, and that will be here. And I will see you in one of them. Goodbye.